Hey, I'm Alex Radcliffe from Board Game Co. And today we're diving into an unboxing and rambling of Yucatan, which hopefully I'm saying correctly. I don't know sometimes where the emphasis on the wrong syllable is. It's Yucatan. Actually, I think it's just Yucatan. I don't think there's another way to say it. I can't think of another way to say it. We're diving into an unboxing and rambling. As usual, we have our coffee, we have our knife. By the way, fun fact, I didn't call this out last video, but this knife says best dad ever. Like, isn't that sweet? I mean, I did buy it for myself, but I like the design. I like the design. I like the design. I wasn't like saying anything. I don't know. I don't think I'm the best. I think I'm a tolerably okay dad. I give my kids a lot of toys. I do that. Oh, 1 second. Alexa, turn on side door. Speaking of best dad ever, I heard one of my kids at the top of the stairs, and that side door needs to be on if they need to know not to come downstairs. So we'll see what happens next over there. But let's dive into Yucatan from Matago. It has our 5 to 6 player expansion, which honestly, in hindsight, don't really have 5 players nowadays. It's fairly rare. It does happen. I'd probably still get it because it does happen, and like Kemet is a game that plays well with 5, better with 4, but it does play well with 5. But we will go ahead and dive into this unboxing. Now, in general, unboxing ramblings over on the channel are going to be exactly what they're called, an unboxing and rambling. We will talk about Yucatan. I have played this game after all. We will talk about Kemet. We'll talk about coffee. We'll talk about the fact that I am running on a clock, and I have but 27 minutes before I need to get off this video to go start a live stream. Well, I'm not playing through Yucatan, I'm playing through Gloomhaven at the moment. But this is Yucatan over here. We got the back of the box over here. We have our, collect resources and clash with your opponent's forces to secure prisoners. Train your troops, upgrade your city, and summon divine creatures. Sacrifice the prisoners at the end of each season and guide your tribe to victory. I do find the French on the box interesting. I do find that interesting. Don't get me wrong, I think that depending on where you're from, there's different rules and restrictions around putting multiple text on the box, but my copy of, I don't think Kemet, Inish, or Cyclades, although Cyclades is getting a reprint over here, but I don't think my Kemet, Inish, or Cyclades has other languages on the box. So, the concept of dual languages on a box, that makes sense to me. The fact that this one has it on it is, I just find it interesting because I don't think the previous Matago stuff has that. Maybe it's a Kickstarter thing. Does my Kemet Blood and Sand have French in it? I don't mind French. I mean, I don't speak it, but I can read every 5th word, which means I can't really speak or read it. And that's assuming every French word is the equivalent of the, which ironically I don't actually know. But Yucatan is the spiritual successor to Kemet. This is a game that's supposed to give you Kemet in a shorter time frame, and it does to an extent. It definitely has the high notes of Kemet. There's no question about that. I've reviewed this game, I've covered the game on the channel, and it definitely has the high notes of Kemet. Although I did cover the game with mistakes, which is a problem. Now these over here are player aids in a different language. I don't think I need these. These are going to head off the side. So this is one of those problems where I left my review up because I don't think it meaningfully changed my opinion, and my opinion was overall positive. But when I reviewed this, if you see the original review, there was a gameplay and a review, and the review... Oh wait, we got more French rulebooks. 1 second. Got to make sure this is French, then get rid of that. We have the rulebook over here, which I'll need. We'll go through that shortly. We have our fun little boxes, which I'm not going to bother assembling. Our pyramid storage. Oh my gosh, I wonder how they actually manage that at the end of the day. So, let's see. We got this over here. We got these tokens. We're going to take these out and come back to them shortly. And we just have our nice box over here. We'll go through things. But I did a gameplay, I did a review, and my review was overall positive, but not as positive as Kemet or Inish or all that. This is a game that I enjoyed. I want the game, but I didn't enjoy it as much as Kemet, at least initially. Now, I am curious to see how things will hold up, because one thing it definitely did that was true is it is a faster version of Kemet. It gives you the core gameplay cycle of Kemet, but it's faster while it does so. You're going to have these 3 different cities on the board. You're going to have the areas in the middle that you kind of retreat to when you engage in combat, and you're trying to basically fight over wresting control over these areas. We have our standees. Why do we have standees? Are there no miniatures? What are these situations over here? Well, we got tiles over here. So if you're familiar with Kemet, I'm starting to understand. These standees are for the Kemet crossover pack if you don't have the Kemet creatures, and possibly vice versa. I like that idea as a compromise. Is that what's going on here? If that's what's going on here, I like the idea of having the crossover stuff with standees, so you could grab the minis if you want them, but you don't have to if you don't want to. We're going to have our pyramid. I'm not going to punch things out over here, but you're going to have your pyramid, and you're going to have these dials at the top of it. You're going to be building a multi-tiered structure, which we're going to put things off to the side over there. And then I guess these are the Kemet tiles from the crossover pack. I'm assuming it has to be that. I can't imagine what else it is, because it looks very Kemet adjacent over there. And that's basically these tiles over here. But Kemet is an excellent game. Kemet is an excellent game of powers, of abilities, of trying to get in each other's faces while you grab things that augment your defense, augment your attack, augment your sacrifices if you're playing with the green faction tiles. And Kemet is an incredible experience. It has dropped for me in recent years. I find that I don't pull it out as much compared to Cyclades and Inish, which I love those games. And Kemet I still love. I still think it's incredible, but it's dropped. It's still in top 100, but like it went from being a top 20 game to me to like top 80-ish game. And I could see it growing if I table it more. It hasn't seen the table quite as much recently. Which always begs the question that, sometimes I get the question of, is it a top 100 or a top 100 of you're playing recently? And the answer is it's a top 100 that is biased by what I'm playing recently. That is the answer. Because I've gotten that question once. I one time said, hey, this game was like 40 and this year it's dropped to 70 because I haven't played it in a year. And the person said, oh, is it only a top 100 of what you've played recently? And I was like, no, but my experiences do bias my opinion. When I'm ranking games, something that isn't front and center in my mind is likely to be demoted to a certain degree. We've got a lot of these over here. What are these? Are these just like your pyramids that go down here? I don't know exactly. I'm trying to think of these all different levels of the structure. I can't recall exactly how the whole pyramid system over here worked. I assume they'll all go together nicely, and we'll figure that out over there. These over here, these are nice. The last time I played with these were not dual layered. Anyway, so Kemet offers you this whole system of just powers and abilities that is a lot of fun to go through. The downside of Kemet is that Kemet can often take anywhere between 2 hours as a fast game of Kemet, and it can easily run 3 to 3.5 hours in the slower game, especially at a 5-player count. Now these over here are going to go around the board. We got these double layered boards over here, so it takes advantage of the board state that you have over here, and you have these looping around the circular board. But as far as the actual design of these, you're going to have your dual layers aspect over here. You're going to have the various factions. You have 2 main armies in the game, and you're going to be leveling up the armies with these different markers over here. Meanwhile, you're upgrading and augmenting your buildings that are going to improve your building abilities over there, and you're also gathering creatures and mining your jade and your corn to pay for all the resources you need to keep control of your creatures and all that. Now, there was an aspect of the game I mentioned already in my review. There's an aspect of the game we got wrong, and I can't remember the exact details. This is the downside of, and it was tricky because the tricky part is I was taught the game by the designers on TTS. I'm not blaming the designers, to be very clear. I was taught the game by the designers on TTS. Ooh, these are nice trays. These are trays. Look at these trays. I'm sorry. This is how my unboxing ramblings go. They tend to be a bit distracted by me. These are the trays over here for the individual things. I don't think these, I guess these could fit in here, maybe. I don't think so. Yeah, it doesn't look like they're meant to fit in here. In theory, this could, oh, it slides in. It acts as a cover for your resource trays. That is so cool. No, 1 second. I love this. 1 second. Where do I need tokens? What do I need? What do I need to make this be better? I need stuff. Here, let's go ahead and grab some things over here. And I'm assuming they come over here. We're going to grab, nope. I throw a lot of things on the floor, but I don't want to lose actual tiles over here. So let's try to see how this goes, because we're going to have this over here, which is where you have these, I guess, in theory being punched out of, but it doesn't actually fit. So maybe it's the difference between dual layered and not dual layered. Oh no, this was in there. This was in there. We're going to need to put stuff here. I don't know, will the rulebook have me my back? I don't think so, but let's take a look. Let's see. Does the rulebook have your back? I'm guessing not, but I could be mistaken. Yeah, because this is a regular retail rulebook, so it doesn't tell you where to put all your deluxified pieces, unfortunately. Although it is a short rulebook, by the way. To its credit, let's take a look at the rulebook. The rulebook over here, starts page 2, page 3 is concepts, and then over here we have setup on page 4, gameplay starts on page 5, and then gameplay goes for like page 5 to 11. So you have 6 pages of rules. Yucatan is an easy game to pick up, he says, as he explains to people how he messed up on the rules and totally invalidated his review. Yep, that's all reasonable. Anyways, we have all our tokens over here. This jade and corn I probably don't need because I have the deluxe jade and corn, which I'll show you shortly. This tile over here, we're going to try to punch back there so I have some sense and idea of where my tiles are, although it may end up going in here anyway. Again, I don't know exactly how this all plays out, and we're going to have to just figure this out. Now, these tiles over here, these are going to track how long your creatures stay in play, and I imagine you need those 2 over here, like so. We also probably need this over here, like so, and this over here. I'm guessing. This just seems reasonable. So if I'm just kind of making educated guesses about where these tokens go, these are various temple upgrades and different things. I don't know what we need here. I'm not going to mess with things too much, and these are too big. Those are specific creatures over here, so we're going to ignore those, and then we're going to grab this tile over here, and this is where we have our temple tile still over there. We have these over here, maybe? No, we're gonna do one thing at a time. So let's pretend this is the green board. Why not? So if it's the green board, we're going to need these 3 green tiles, which I don't know where these are going to go, but it looks like they go over here. Perfect. Let's pretend they go there. We're going to have these tiles here, which are your level 1s, level 2, and these are just meant to be able to tap out easily. So you see that there. This is a very nice storage system. I like it a lot. And I like it a lot. We're gonna have to do this all properly later, but I'm just gonna do a single board right now for you. And we're going to take some more tiles. So that's going to be our board here. Don't know what this is, but we're going to ignore that for right now. We're going to come back over here. We got this tile, which I assume goes over there. This tile and this tile, which don't really see hex-based places to put this here. So I'm going to put it there for now, but I'm assuming that's wrong. I'm going to grab these 3 tiles, which I'm assuming go over here. Nope, little too... No, they do go there. Perfect. We got those. Then we got this tile. Whoop, something just dropped again. Got more tiles dropping. We got this over here. I'm going to toss that to the side. We got this over here, which, again, feels like it could go a few different places. I'm not totally sold on some of these things, so we're just putting them down and hoping for the best over here. We'll figure it all out later. We're going to push this off and push this off, and then we got this situation here, which means we've still got an entire section of tiles that we haven't done yet, and I will admit to being a bit confused as to where those are. Let's take one more look through things because... Oh, I got him. First board. I don't know how I missed it, but it's on the first board. Okay, we also got some more stuff here. I'm just punching things out left and right at this point. This is going to be a mess to clean up. But we got our stuff. Here we go. Here's our green tiles over here. We're going to put these down, and we need to make sure we get the right levels, the appropriate levels of the buildings. We got the 2s, the 1s. Does it go by column? I guess it goes by column because it's only level 1, 2, and 3. So level 2, level 1s, level 2s, level 3s. We got 3s and 2s over here, and there's probably a better way to do this right now. They actually have a system of progression, if I recall correctly. I'm just kind of throwing them in here a little bit willy-nilly. So, for example, this would go there, this can move over here, this can go down here, and this could go down there. And there probably is a more accurate even row and pairing to put them in, which I'm not accurately doing, unfortunately. At least not right now. Not to say I won't do it, just, you know, right now while we do this unboxing and while I figure it out with you on camera. That's going to cover this, although we still need this over here. Again, we have a bunch of spots for these tokens to go. Like, this could go over here, but that feels like it might be a mistake. It fits pretty nicely, so maybe it's not a mistake. Maybe we're going to go and put this down here. This will go off to the side over here. We got our 3 pyramids over here, which are going to go down over here. And we're going to put these into this spot here, and then this will have to follow that up. But again, this feels like we got too many things happening over here. I don't like it. I don't like one bit. There's too many spots, and it doesn't seem to all fit. But this is still pretty good overall to start you off with. Now, you probably get some starting corn and other things in there, but we're going to just not continue to do this because honestly, I'm going to consider this a rousing success, and then slide this in here, and boom, you have your board ready to go. Although I imagine, in hindsight, this probably goes like this. That seems like it's more, like it makes more sense, although things could, it's actually maybe not, because things could slip out over here. Nope, I'm going to go ahead and put this back in like this. I think on this side things won't slip in, and on the other side they will. Now we still have not talked about the rules I got wrong. Anyways, what else do we have over here? We got a empty box. An empty box. There's a thing underneath this, which I will grab out. Watch it be like the how to deal with that whole situation. I historically have terrible track record of like avoiding the how to do things. Thanks everyone for backing. It's been awesome to work on Yucatan and to see the characters come to life on the tabletop. Cheers. Very nice. I'm going to put that to the side. And we're going to take another sip of my coffee. And I still got 14 minutes to go. We're doing great on time. Great on time. Now, I'm missing some things in that tray, but I'll figure that out later. I'll look on Kickstarter and like see the comments and let someone else figure it out. I mean, I'll try to figure stuff out too, to a degree. But we got our jade and our corn. Now this is where we probably don't need the jade and the corn from the base box over there, because this jade and corn is so much cooler than the other jade and corn, just because, I mean, like, look at this. We got jade. It's like actual jade. Like, it's legit jade. Like, this is, I mean, I don't know if it's actual jade, but it's like legit gemstones, I should say. Like semi-precious gemstones of some sort is what they feel like. They don't feel like look at this. Look at that. This is a board game component. That is very cool. That is top notch. I like that a lot. And we still haven't even talked that much about the whole nature of the game. Why I like Yucatan, but why I do think I like Kemet more, at least for now. I'm willing to have my opinion change. That is the nature of opinions. They can change over time, especially with multiple plays, with a with a difference between crowdfunding and a prototype and a final copy. I mean, at the end of the day, I did play with a prototype, and we still haven't talked about my experience. We're gonna do so. I'm telling you, we're gonna do so. There's miniatures, there's cards. So let's talk about my experience. I got on TTS with the designers, and I got taught the game. Now, at one point in the game, there's a concept of certain cards you play. I can't remember exactly what it is. I can't remember the exact way I got it wrong. But there is a card system that you play certain cards and then you lose them forever. as opposed to I thought you got certain cards back, which changed. I think it's the 0 card. If I'm not mistaken, there's like a 0 card perhaps that I played it thinking you get it back, and in reality, you don't get it back. You lose it. Something along those lines. Or I don't remember exactly. Something along the lines of not getting cards back. But I remembered in TTS, on Tabletop Simulator, I asked, I was like, okay, great, I do this and I take those cards back. And I got a yes. I'm not blaming the designers. I'm telling you I got a yes to that. But I'm not blaming the designers because the very nature of TTS is it's not always easy to see. When I say, can I do this? Is it clear? Was it registered? I don't know. But I thought I could do something. I still read the rules. In general, when I play a game and I get taught by the designer, I still read the rules. The difference is, because I had this kind of mentally entrenched, when I read the rest of the rules to refresh myself to get up to speed and finally play the game, I guess I glossed over that detail because that detail was like mentally fixed. And I didn't need that detail clarified. So I'm reading for overall things and missed that detail. So I still missed it. I absolutely missed it. Definitely not blaming the designers. Being taught in TTS is a nice thing, but it's not something I'm going to hold them accountable for. But it does mean that we played with a rule wrong, which changed the card economy of the game. I don't think it changed my opinion of the game. If anything, the way, like when I was discussing it after with people I played with, I was saying that we agreed that we thought that it might make the game less fun for us, but I hadn't played it with that one, so take it with a grain of salt. I will probably release an updated review of this once I've had a chance to dive into it, which I don't always do for games that I've reviewed already on a prototype, but I'm more likely to do so in this one, although maybe I'll do a play this not that of Kemet vs. Yucatan. I could do that. I do often try different review formats when I'm approaching a game I already covered. But either I'll do an updated review, or I'll do a play this not that, but it's going to require multiple more plays, and I have such a backlog right now that might be like 4 months, man. I don't know when it's going to be. But I do want to play it again with the right rules, and this is a fast-paced area control game, which means it is more likely to hit the table than some of the behemoths currently around me. Anyways, you're going to have your cards over here, you're playing your cards in combat, you're going to have the strength of your creatures, you're going to have the strength of your cards, you're going to be, engaging in various combats of the fights, you're going to have all these other various elements you're going to be adding to your, your card. Like, there's a lot of card play in this game. There's a lot of, like, not really deck building, but a degree of deck building, I guess. Maybe a drop of deck building. Also, I don't know where these cards go now because I just took them out of their thing and I don't have a bag for them. So, there's not a ton of insert going on here. There are miniatures. I don't know. I haven't seen the miniatures enough to, let's go ahead and look at the miniatures. There's going to be more card packs here, which I'm not going to open because I don't want to mess with things, but we have some card packs for, I assume, various crowdfunding extras, Kickstarter extras. That's my assumption, but I don't know for sure. Like here, it looks like if you're importing your Kemet into this game, I assume you'll use this over here. In fact, let's go ahead and open that one. I know I just said I'm not going to open it, but I am so fickle in these unboxings. I change my mind at the drop of a pin. I was going to say drop of a hammer, that's wrong. So, these look like Kemet creatures. Yep, these are Kemet, I'm pretty sure. That one I recognize, that one I recognize. This is going to be a red thingy. That's going to be the white skeleton, and that's going to be the, I believe the black faction. It's maybe a level 4. I think it's a level 4 creature in the Kemet black faction. This is the problem. I like Yucatan, I do. But even this makes me want to play Kemet. So, there is that factor. Not to say this is not a good game. I enjoyed Yucatan. Enjoyed it a lot. I want the game. I'm happy I have it. It has a spot. But I do enjoy Kemet. I am curious if this breaks top 100. I'm curious if I can get Kemet table too. So we got various creatures over here. Let's look at the sculpts for the various models. Now, how is this structured? It looks like each color has 3 models, and each color has 1 of each. So I'm just going to show you the models by showing you the types, because each color has the same types over here. So we got these over here. This guy, that's going to be model number 1. Now this one looks fine. I'll say the models don't look amazing. They look like Kemet models, which I think Matago in general, I love their games. Their models have always been okay. They don't come across as premium crowdfunding miniatures. Kemet Blood and Sand, a little more so, but still not perfect. And you'll see that even over here, we have that like bent spear, and a lot of them have that semi-bent spear, unless it's actually the design of the spear, but I don't think so. You'll see over here, like we have, this one has a totally different bent spear. Now you can correct those things by dipping it in cold water or dipping it in warm water, and then dip it in. There's a thing you do. You dip it in one temperature and then switch it to the other temperature quickly. But I don't remember exactly how it goes. Anyways, over here, we got this one. Maybe it's you warm it up and then dip it into cold water. That might be it. I don't know. But these are the 3 miniatures for each of the factions over here. This we do have a bag for, so we're going to dump these back in the bag. The other things we may have to find bags for. It's a good thing I live in a house with a lot of bags because of the nature of what I do. I believe bags are one of the best storage systems that you can get your hands on. We're going to have these characters down here, which look like, I don't even know what these are. These are going to be your basic factions. And those are your various... Did you have 3? Did you have 3 factions? No. Okay, I don't think so, at least. I mean, you have 3 different leaders, but only 2 of them are like soldiers. That's what it was. Here are going to be the standard units that go along with you. And again, it's really... This is not the best. What is this even? Give me a second here. Yeah, the quality of the miniatures here is really not the best, and I can't even tell. Like, I'll show you this, okay? We got 2 of them here, and I can't figure out what this is supposed to be. But basically, if you look at these here, you can see these guys, and it kind of looks like they're throwing a spear backwards. Does that make sense? What's that? What are they throwing exactly? It looks like they're holding a spear backwards, which I don't love. Maybe it's not a spear, maybe it's an arrow. Is that a weapon that I'm just not aware of? It could be that, but the combination of it being all bent. Again, miniature quality, really not the best. It's about what I'd expect from the original Kemet. Playing through the original Kemet Blood and Sand, not Kemet Blood and Sand, the original Kemet is just called Kemet, or Inish for that matter, or Cyclades. Again, they all have decent but not great miniatures. There's a difference between crowdfunding premium miniatures and retail miniatures. And while that difference is not actually crowdfunding versus retail, it does have an association and a correlation between crowdfunding and retail. Now we have like a whole bunch more of these. Why? What do we have? Why is there like... There's like 17,000 more bags of these miniatures. What is going on here? There's just more bags of miniatures over here. We just got more of the same. These are just more bags full of miniatures. I guess we need that many miniatures in the game. I guess because you're sacrificing them? I don't know why you need that many miniatures. I haven't played the game in a bit though, so I could just be missing things. And then over here, we're going to have our bag full of monsters. Now, this is definitely not a put into an insert kind of situation, which is unfortunate to a degree. Also, I have tokens off to the side. I'll have to get them later. And we do have these. Oh my gosh, I feel like an idiot. Not an idiot, but like you'll see what I'm saying over here. Just more stuff, more miniatures. These are better. These are better. We're gonna go through things, but I'm gonna have to go ahead and gather. Here we go. This is what I was looking for. I have these additional tokens over here, which I am assuming are replacements. No, they're expansion and core game. Give me a second, so let's look at these. So I got these over here. Expansion. Oh, I forgot that I still have to cover the expansion over here. We're going to have to rush up a bit on this video. We're going to have to rush up a bit. We got these over here. These over here. And we're going to go ahead and show you some miniatures here. I thought I was doing well in time. I spent way too much time focusing on some things here. But we got this guy over here. This guy's over here. Look at him. He's fun. I do like him overhauled. He's got a lot of ridges. Still some bendiness to him. Like still some of the plastic a little bent. But overall fine. We're going to have more over here. We have this guy, which is, again, a solid little monster that you're recruiting. Now, in the game, you're going to be recruiting these different monsters and trying to bring them to your side or whatnot. You have to pay engagement costs to like keep them on your team as you go through it. And so when you buy them, you hire them for like a certain number of turns, if I recall correctly. You have to pay like Jade or some resource for a certain number of ages that you want them in play with you. We got this guy, again, the bent spear, but overall pretty nice. You see, they have that plastic. That plastic is just like bending around. So it's still fine. I'm not like complaining, and I will not bother going through work to like straighten it. I usually don't, but over here, this is where we got the jumble of plastic miniatures to go through here. This is where we have, this is bad. We got something I got caught up in there. All right, so we got the jumbo of plastic miniatures over here to go through. We're gonna go through this one over here. These are all the various monsters you can hire by their various strength or age or whatever it was that way. I think there are like 3 strengths of monsters if I recall correctly, but I don't remember all the exact details. I just remember that they're fun. This is a bit reminiscent of the giant snake from Blood Rage. This is an anteater, which is a bit reminiscent of, well, an anteater. And then we have this guy over here. I remember this guy. This guy is fun to recruit. The last time I had this game, I had prototypes that were all like just broken. Half the miniatures just completely broken. A little bit of bent that sword, not that bad. Doesn't bother me on that one. We have the giant spider that you're going to be dealing with. And we have this next guy who's pretty intense. Actually, I'll save the next guy for last because I think he's the coolest. We're going to have this guy over here. I remember this one. I don't remember what he or she does. She, I guess. I remember liking a lot how they operated. I felt they were properly intimidating. This one over here, the alligator. And then we're going to have this demon bat situation, which again, I don't remember what it does, but I remember using him and enjoying what he did. And this guy's pretty intense. I don't remember him at all. I don't know if he's an extra or if he's just so broken up that I didn't have this at all. Like, this is a pretty fun miniature over here. That's what we have as far as these guys. That's what we have as far as those. We have the miniatures cleared up. So we have these Deluxified tokens, which I guess includes the 5 to 6 player expansion already over here. But these are going to replace some of those bits that I had earlier, giving you wooden tokens to update some of your bits. So I assume you'll still have some tokens over here because the various tiles with printing on them, I don't think there's enough of these to fully replace what you need, but it's definitely going to replace some of your tokens, giving you upgraded bits. And that is what we have for the core box, which means I'm not going to put everything away right now, at least not properly, but I will go ahead and shove this off to the side and put it away later while dealing with everything else that we got our hands on. So I'm going to put this over here. I'm going to put these over This seems like a mistake. Let's do it like this. Let's put this over here, and you can go in the box lid like so. And then you can all go in here while I go deal with the expansion, because I am running way too short on time. Never start an unboxing when you don't have enough time to do it, and I do like this game enough to talk about it. But anyways, I remember liking the game. I remember thinking that it did do an excellent job of condensing the length of Kemet. That part it did an excellent job on. I also remember thinking that it didn't give me the full Kemet experience in a way that I liked some of the area control aspects of Kemet, or the movement around the grid, some of those areas that were abstracted to give you that. That's the nature of trade-offs. The nature of trade-offs is Last Light, an excellent game for Roy Canada, is a game that gives you a 4x experience, but it does so with a degree of trade-offs. That's just how it works. If you're going to condense an experience down to the fastest version of the game, you're going to have some degree of compromise along the way. Now, I don't know what this does as far as, I guess it does extra monsters, so I'm not going to focus on these things over here because these are just extra components. I'm just going to focus on the extra miniatures because I think that's the only thing that really, practically speaking, is, so to speak, different about this box. Meaning it does introduce 5 to 6 characters, 5 to 6 players if you want that, and honestly, player colors that I like. For that alone, I'm kind of happy. But it also introduces 4 new monsters for you, 4 new creatures that you can hire in some different way, although again, with bendy parts. So we got this guy over here, this Anubis-style god situation. We have this guy over here who's holding the Apple of Eden, by this Aztec guy over here. We have this guy over here who's holding his bendy spear. The bendiness in this game is okay. It's not the best. And then we have the monkey god. The monkey god, who looks like he's about to steal something from you and take it back to his forest or whatnot. Very, very skinny monkey. Probably needs to gain some weight. Normally this is the part where I spend a few more minutes rambling about this, that, or the other, talking about the experiences, but this is the downside of not having a lot of time. As in, like, I have 1 minute left. And so, I am going to go ahead and call it a wrap on this. I'm going to have to clean this up later separately because of that. But ultimately, this has been your unboxing of Kemet. I don't know why I said that. This has been your unboxing and rambling of Yucatan. I do hope to be diving back into this shortly. 6 pages of rules is compelling. That part is very compelling, and it's very hard to not be impressed by that aspect of things. And also a good incentive to, to actually dive into it. In any case, until next time, I'm Alex Radcliffe from Board Game Co. I hope you enjoyed this video, and as always, I hope you have a good one.